Pay attention to this photo. It went viral, but for the wrong reasons. What do you see? A young champion, a red carpet, a private jet. Nothing you haven't seen 100 times before. But in this case, you're being played.
You don't think he owns that jet?
No way he owns the jet.
Matter of fact, this video was recorded shortly after on a commercial flight. The same man attempting to shield his face, his championship belt, sitting in the luggage compartment. This isn't an exception, it's a pattern.
Like I said, he thinks he's an absolute superstar already. I was like, mate, like, you bought your followers, settle down.
Bro, he's buying bots. Look, he gained 800,000 followers in one day. This is insane, bro. This dude's a f***ing fake.
But what if everyone's wrong? What if what we believe is exactly backwards?
The confidence, it's very good. It could be called cocky though. And a lot of people feel like there's some pressure that comes with that.
Not for me.
He needs a rude awakening. He really does need some humbling. I'm gonna do the man a favor. I'm gonna teach him a lesson, and then maybe his story starts after that.
But it actually started long before, the day his parents abandoned him.
That was the most difficult and painful decision in my life. But in the end, I talked to the kids, and I said, I have to go.
At the moment, I felt defenseless. For any 8 years old, his parents are his heroes.
And it's only years later that Ilia would fully understand why his parents left.
My two sisters took on the role of parents because they were the eldest.
It was a difficult time because for the first time my siblings and I were left alone without our parents.
Before his father left, he had signed Ilia and his brother Alexander up for wrestling. And even after their parents were gone, the two brothers still had each other and they still had fighting.
Georgie, I was fighting every day.
In the streets?
Yeah, in the school.
You were starting the fights or they were starting the fights?
To be honest, I always had problems with people that were bully. With the weak. You know, I hated that since I was a kid.
When me and my brother went to high school, in the breaks, we used to move away from the other kids to do wrestling techniques. Our gym teacher was also a Greco-Roman coach. One day he saw my brother wrestle, so he invited us to his wrestling class. Together with my brother, we did many competitions. I held him in such high regards. Nobody could beat my brother.
My goal is more to beat the opponent who previously beat my brother than to win the championship. And I always ask, was it him? I'm going after him.
During our competitions, I could lose a match without getting upset. But when he lost, he would calm me down because I was crying over his loss. I started to dream of becoming the best. I became obsessed.
Initially, the goal was to be Olympic champions.
My dream was to become an Olympic champion, right?
But life had different plans.
What do you remember about war?
Recuerdos.
Witness the terrifying aftermath of a Russian airstrike on one Georgian town.
In 2008, a separatist crisis inside Georgia erupted into war, driving a massive Russian invasion deep into the country's heartland.
I was living in Georgia when the war happened, you know. It was a very difficult time for me, for my family.
At that point in time, Ilia is still separated from his parents.
You also have no possibility of returning. You don't have papers, and if you leave, you won't be able to get back in. It's very hard.
When you look out the windows and see tanks, there's fear. Some of my family died in that war. There was death everywhere. They would kill your dad, your uncle, your cousins.
Guys from my class, my friends, I saw all of them like dying in the war. And
I can't say anything else. Words don't come to me.
You had to overcome fear?
Completely. There was no other options. You either overcame it or you didn't.
I always used to say this way that both fear and faith demand you to believe in something that you never saw, and you choose. And I always choose to believe in things that make me feel happy and think that tomorrow is going to be even better than today. So this is the way I see life.
When Ilia was 15, his parents finally reunited the family by bringing everybody to Spain.
It's a paradise.
He could then make sense of why his parents had left.
Deep down, you understand they were not abandoning us, but they left to build a better future.
But the move came with another loss.
We wanted to keep training the same sport, but there were no Greco-Roman wrestling gyms.
They don't have the culture of that sport. So we were a little bit sad you know, because we wanted that sport. My brother was really, really good. By chance, my mother saw these guys who had cauliflower ears, and she asked him where he was wrestling. He said, "Oh no, I don't do Greco-Roman wrestling. I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu." I was like, no, I'd rather do judo instead. And my dad started to show me the videos of the crazies.
He was a big fan of all the mixed martial arts, you know.
Told me like, this is one of the best sports in the world right now. You are gonna guys love it, this and that. And at that day, we went to the gym. When I arrived, I saw the boys training, and the atmosphere inspired me a lot. And I said, this is my place.
It's not just a sport, it's something more than that.
Their potential was immense, always standing out from the rest.
We were like the first people to go inside the gym and the last ones to live it. Every day, all day, like so obsessed.
I learned to talk in Spanish like in 6 months.
And our goal changed from becoming Olympic champions to becoming UFC champions.
What gave you the dream to do that?
It was something that was living inside myself. Like, hey, Ilia, you have like 2 options. To keep sleeping and keep with your dreams, or wake up and make it true.
It was like, we have to keep going, we have to keep growing. For us, there was no limit. I didn't want to go to school anymore.
Studying was never my thing. I just could not put my heart into it. But at the same time, I always wanted to find something I could fully dedicate myself to. And then when I was training, I thought, why don't I dedicate myself 100% to this?
When I was 15 years old, I go with my brother to talk to my father, and we tell him like,
we want to be great athletes. We don't want to go to school anymore.
And we're gonna go like all day, every day into gym, and we're gonna train. And he told me like, if you're really gonna train all the time, you have my approval.
And you just went to the gym all day?
All day.
When the time for competition came, doubts started creeping in.
How were you feeling at your first professional fight?
I was super nervous. I didn't want to get in. I was doubting myself and kept thinking, what am I doing here? I should have gone to school. I was working 4 jobs at the same time.
Because I had to pay all the competitions because it wasn't free.
I was neither content nor happy. I wanted to keep improving and achieve a better version of myself. I have everything to be in the UFC. I could fight there right now, and I could fight at the top, and I'll prove it. I don't just think I'm the best in Europe. I think I'm the best in the world. I just need a little more time to prove it.
And proving it soon became the very problem.
I did 4 fights in Spain, and at some point it was so difficult to find a fight for me.
At that time, it was very difficult for us to get him a fight. The sport in Spain was not very developed.
I was like, listen, I have to do something.
I started looking for a gym I could join in Europe.
And at that point, Alexander Gustafsson was fighting for the belt against John Jones. And that guy was training in Sweden, in All Stars Gym. I'm like, I need to go there because I know that someone is gonna see me, and the only thing I need is opportunity. Then I had the second problem, that I didn't have enough money.
I used to sleep inside the gym, and that's where I first met Khamzat Chimaev.
People say they live in the gym, but I'm real live in the gym, brother.
It was clear that he was a hard worker who wanted to achieve something.
Ilia learned to speak Spanish in only 6 months. Now, many of his more personal interviews that you've been hearing were conducted in Spanish. Had I tried to make this video a few years ago, I wouldn't have been able to include them because my Spanish sucks.
Patrick es muy estúpido.
It sounds like...
Patrick es muy estúpido.
Nah. No way. Let me try with the headphones.
I don't think we're gonna make it. Patrick es muy estúpido.
Thanks to AI though, I was able to translate hours of interviews in minutes. That's when Outskill comes in. It's the first education platform built entirely around practical AI skills, not just theory. Next Saturday and Sunday, February 14th and 15th, Outskill is hosting a live 2-day AI masterclass, running from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on both days. You'll learn how to build AI agents that can plan, write, execute, and report for you, automate your workflows, connect the tools you already use like Sheets or Notion, and save hours of work every single week. It's a masterclass that 10 million plus people went through last year, which has been rated 4.9 out of 5 on Trustpilot. The first 1,000 signups using my link will get in for free. You'll get premium lifetime bonuses like the AI Prompt Bible, the AI Profit Roadmap, a personalized AI Toolkit Builder, and access to a community of 5,000 plus professionals actually building with AI. So grab your free seat for next weekend's masterclass. You can scan this QR code, or the link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Thanks to Outskill for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to it.
Now, what about your brother? Did he follow the same path as well?
Since 2015, I become Ilia Topuria as my brother's coach.
Don't you think people will say that he sacrifices his career for you?
Everything I do is for my family. And if I have to put on the side sport, my career, something like that, because of one of my family members, I will not think twice. If your brother is better than you, it's like, oh, I'm very happy for him, and I will do everything to make that happen. I make everything what was in my hands to make that happen, that one day they're gonna say, Ilia, the greatest. This is what I want, this is my goal, and it's still my goal.
That opportunity would finally come, but at the worst possible moment.
It was a regular day and I was at home, and I get a call from my manager. He tells me,
Do you want to fight in the UFC in 8 days?
I just went 3 weeks without training because I was recovering from a severe case of COVID-19. I was in terrible shape. I still had a runny nose and no sense of smell. It hit me kind of hard. I felt tired. I even had trouble walking.
I had to cut like 12 kilos.
But I had no doubt it was my time. I said, look, opportunities like that don't come every day, especially not ones like this. This is my dream. I'm gonna take my chance.
He's an animal, dude. He's a real problem. He's got that kind of confidence that those championship guys know they're the best even before they're the best.
Because Ilia has an ace up his sleeve.
I am fortunate to have my brother because he mimics every opponent of mine, but 10 times faster than them, making it impossible for me to lose.
I can beat anyone in the featherweight division.
What are some of the names that are on your radar?
The only man who means something for me, it's the man who has the belt, you know?
In the eyes of most MMA observers, Alexander Volkanovski is the greatest featherweight of all time. But when you are the hunted, there is always a next man up.
Maybe I shouldn't say how easy I think that fight's going to be, because then people might not be interested.
I don't care about anyone else.
Until one tweet.
He was arguing with one of my closest friends, post like, now I understand why Russia destroyed Georgia, because you are dumps. And it makes my blood boil.
It attacked my dignity, it attacked my honor, it attacked everything. There are boundaries you cannot cross.
Ilia's next fight is against Jai Herbert. Paddy Pimblett fights on the same card, so inevitably...
I can't believe he posted that video. He's made himself look so stupid. You're the one what got hand sanitizer and bounce off your head.
Who even is he? Seriously, who is Mr. Hand Sanitizer? He used my name for followers and to gain some publicity.
What did you make of when you heard your opponent kind of getting into it with Paddy on fight week?
They can waste their energy doing what they want to do. I'm just out here chilling, me ready for Saturday.
Jai Herbert is a nasty stand-up fighter. He's so good. He's real slick. And he caught Topuria with the perfect head kick.
When Jai Herbert kicked me in the face, that small section in my life lasted like 1 year.
I was having a dialogue with myself. What should I do? Should I jump in the cage?
I kept repeating to myself I had to control myself. I shouldn't follow my emotions.
And when he revives, it's like all of a sudden.
Ilia survives and gets the knockout, but he'd be tested once again by being booked on the same card as Paddy.
Question for Ilia. Has it been difficult being around Paddy? Have you had to stay away from him backstage?
I haven't seen him, lad. When I saw him last time, he got a hand sanitizer bottle bounced off his foot.
Shut up, if not, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna crash your face right here.
Do it then, you little
fart.
Have another question. Do it? What? Do it? Do it? Come on, do something then. Do something, stand up. All you do, you'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
Do you think Ilia's making a mistake focusing on Paddy when he has you standing across him in the octagon?
I don't care what he focuses on, brother. I really don't. All I know is I'm showing up to whoop ass.
He's a nightmare.
He's so good, and he's so skilled, and he's got great boxing, got great takedown defense.
I'm sure that kid's looking at title. He wants the title, you know. So he's working his way this way.
In 1 year, I go with the world champion.
In 1 year? 1 year, you're the champ.
1 year.
Everyone's always the next champion, the next contender, the next big thing. This is going to be a tough test for him.
Absolute masterclass.
No one can match my level of skill. I come to take that UFC belt.
This puts you in a really fantastic position in the division.
Directly for the title shot, without any doubt. I know that I can finish anyone in this division. It's not going to be like different with Alex, you know. I'm gonna knock him out in the first round, second round. If not, I'm gonna dominate him for 5 rounds, no problem.
Ilia been running his mouth. If he wants to keep going, I'll show him what's up and I'll squash him too.
The UFC wasn't going to get him in the cage. I did, because I wanted to take that 0. Because I wanted to teach you a lesson. Just thinks he's a man, and I'm going to show him he's not.
February 17th, Volkanovski versus Topuria will happen at UFC 298.
Volk could be in trouble.
Topuria's undefeated, he's young, he's aggressive, he's hungry.
It's hard to bet against a guy like Volkanovski.
If Topuria can bring down Volkanovski, that's going to matter. There's never been a man that weighs 145 pounds to achieve that.
In the lead up to that fight, Ilia starts pushing the boundaries.
I feel I'm way better than him anywhere.
A lot of people think his confidence borders on cockiness.
He ain't going to be a great champion with that mentality he has and the way he carries himself. I don't really like it.
But his mentality isn't a flaw. It's a method.
The one point that all the great teachers all down through history have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it, we become what we think about. If I can build an image of something in my mind, I'm quite capable of building a physical replica of it in my world.
Many people need to see to believe. I believe and then I see.
If a person would sit down and let their body relax and then start to visualize in their mind, see themselves the way they want to see themselves. Take that picture and describe it, write it out.
He's already got world champion, undefeated, 15-0, in his bio.
Start to read it, and read it, and read it, and read it every day. Carry it around and keep reading it.
How do you see this fight playing out on Saturday?
I see myself knock him out in the first round.
And the way will be shown to you. It comes in the form of images in our mind.
I think he thinks he's a superstar already.
Now, it may be fantasy at first. It might even appear to us as being a lie.
He literally thinks he's the money fight already. Like some of the things he's saying, like he needs a rude awakening. He really does need some humbling.
It's not engaging in fantasy thinking.
Well, that's where all greatness comes from. Greatness comes from fantasy.
Like I always say, my life is like a deja vu because I visualize everything in my mind first.
At some point in your life, was I an inspiration to you?
See. I always say, God doesn't unite people, He unites purpose. And ours was to become brothers.
Our bond is deeply emotional.
You weren't expecting this to get emotional.
I almost feel like saying, I love you. I would change nothing from my past. I would have chosen the same path, the same people, the same circumstances.
Ilia knew he'd win the fight because he had already won the fight.
I already saw all this moving in my mind.
Ilia,
Guys, it doesn't matter where you come from, but if you know where you're going, it's much more important what's in front of you than what's behind you.
But there's more to the vision.
All right, so your brother Alexander, this is very exciting. He's been signed by the UFC.
It was a long way. At the same time, I never stopped to train, never stopped to be prepared for any case.
Ilia goes on to defend his featherweight belt against Max Holloway and win the lightweight belt against Charles Oliveira. He wins both fights by knockout.
the future world champion. From what I've seen and what I've felt inside, it's my brother.
Ilia's former training partner Khamzat Chimaev is now also a champion. I documented his incredible story right here, so if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you there. Take care.